Call of Duty Warzone.
I think it's probably my favorite battle royale so far.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it? What stands out?
I think I have just been waiting for a more grounded, polished version of battle royale. Obviously, I mean, Epic makes a very polished game with Fortnite. Not saying that they don't, but I could never get into the building aspect of Fortnite. So I just kind of wanted the large scale. I've always been a Battlefield guy. I wanted that kind of experience as a battle royale. Obviously, they've already done it with Black Ops 4.
Well, yeah.
But something about this one works a little better for me.
Really? What, do you have any specifics, or just you tried Blackout?
I think it might just be. I understand all the systems better at this point. I didn't get into. Was it also just called Warzone for Black Ops 4?
Well, it's interesting. So it was called Blackout, but the interesting bit of history, we have a video on our YouTube channel kind of chronicling this, which I don't think other people are really talking about. But if you piece things together, Blackout was originally, the working title was Warzone, and then Activision would not let them call it Warzone, even though Treyarch wanted to call Blackout Warzone. And now something must have changed after that year and a half, where now maybe they got it worked its way through legal. Maybe the Halo developers were like, okay, you can use it after all, or something.
Do you think that maybe it was because Blackout fits more with the Blackout name, with the Black Ops name, and they were like, well, then we can use Warzone for the next one?
Maybe.
And maybe
that's
they already have
interesting.
that plan in place.
Yeah, and maybe that's why Von der Haar was a little bit pissy about it. It's like, well, we want the good name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge discussion too, is just the state of Blackout. It's such, like, years from now, it's going to be just this weird anomaly. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut it down after a while, but like, I love Blackout so much. I had such a good time with it when it came out. And so now it's just like, it feels just like a trial run, like a weird stepping stone from getting from PUBG, which Blackout's very clearly inspired by, and then, okay, here's Blackout, and now here's Warzone, which is evolving things even further. And now Blackout's left to die on the vine.
And to do it as what you would have to believe was the original intent all along, to do it as its own kind of standalone free-to-play service thing that's going to go on presumably forever.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. And the other thing I think probably that's swaying me most is I like the Gulag system of just you die, and then after you die, you get that one chance to do a 1v1 fight, and if you win that, then you get to come back in.
Right, which... Yeah, it's weird because it's like it's taking what I think was the highlight of multiplayer for me, at least for Modern Warfare, of just gunfight. I thought it was a super fun mode, just the 2v2 mode, and it's like even using one of those maps. It's like, okay, one-on-one, here we go. And it softens the pain of losing, which I kind of have mixed emotions on. Even like as Blackout went on and there are ways to get back in the match with like special events and stuff, I'm like, I kind of like the you're down, you're out. Here we go. I guess for me, it doesn't diminish that. Like, I'm still on the edge of my seat, and I jump every time I hear a gunshot as I'm playing through, the larger fight. It's just that you also just get that extra second chance, which is also super tense too, because you know that you only have one shot at that as well. And thematically, the way that they tie it into the world, I mean, it makes no sense that you're somehow getting captured after you've gotten shot in the head. That stupid cutscene of you being dragged in there over and over again.
Which you can skip at least.
Yeah.
But it is nice that the idea that you're brought to this place, and when you get there, if there's a queue already, you're up kind of in the like the
rafters,
rafters section with the other person that you're probably going to fight, and you watch a fight go on below you, which are the actual two people fighting to get out, and then they kick you down in there as the next group of people are watching you, and that's just an interesting and fun way to kind of sell that.
Yeah. Throw the little rocks at them as they're fighting down there and stuff.
And I also like it as an addition because right now they only have squad teams, which is my biggest complaint, that they don't just have a strictly solo queue for it.
Yeah, so it's a trio. It's very Apex Legends out of the gate.
Yeah, which you can choose to go solo, but then you're just going up against groups anyway.
Right.
But I like what the Gulag adds to that as well, where once your teammates are out, you still have that chance that, okay, they're going to come back and they're going to help me more. And even if they lose, you can still buy their way out if you save up enough money and kind of buy a thing, which sounded like it was going to be very complicated when all the leaks were coming out. It sounded like its own whole system with missions and stuff, but really you just have to find, there are a ton of different cash out places, basically, where you can buy different weapons and stuff, and it's just one of the options. In
Cool
there.
buy stations. Kyle,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Because I know you're the world's #1 fan of Radical Heights, the Battle Royale, which it seemed like was the big push for, hey, now you can buy things on the map. Even though it didn't make a huge impact when the game was released, it's still like, oh, there's one cool idea that then gets absorbed into the collective Battle Royale hive mind.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Call of Duty that I always struggled with is like finding weapons that I really grow attached to because there's so many.
Yeah.
You know, so at this like early stage, like I haven't, because like ideally after I play more and more, I'll be like, all right, I really love this gun, I'm comfortable with this gun, and then I'll be able to know to like buy it. Like I'm not there yet, but I like that option exists, you know. And I'm with Jeff. I really like the Gulag. I like being able to get back into it because the thing that always is frustrating with any other battle royale is like, you know, you'll have your good runs, but then you also have that occasional, more than occasional with me probably, a crappy run where it's like I was out like in the first 5 minutes, and it's like I went through all this trouble of like getting in the queue, and it's going to take forever to get back into the game. But here at least you're still engaged in the combat, and like you're still playing, and there's that, and then there's like that fun excitement if you do get to go back in, you know. So I'm enjoying it a lot too. Like it feels like a prettier Blackout with all these kind of new additions and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's weird how like with the buy stations you can buy your loadout that's pulling from Modern Warfare. So you can like pull from your saved loadouts, which I think is a good system for like, okay, we're still rewarding people that have played a lot of Modern Warfare and have their loadout set. You can kind of incorporate it. And if not, you can still build it up just manually.
Yeah, and all the weapon blueprints that you're unlocking like throughout the seasons and the different missions and stuff, those are going into kind of the loadout that you can build individually and also customize your perks and stuff. And you can it is kind of a weird system. You can tell that it was the kind of situation where it's like, well, loadouts are a thing in Modern Warfare. How are we going to get them into this multiplayer mode as well? But you can also get them from crates that just randomly, you know, float down from the sky. And I have found enough use out of that where it's like, okay, I can create this really custom loadout with the guns that I actually have learned to like and modified them how I want them. It's just I'm not always going to get them, you know?
Right. And like, it's weird thinking about...
But when you have that opportunity, then it's like, oh, you know, it landed 100 meters over there. Is it worth running out there? Because obviously other people are going to be running over there too. So it's that kind of risk reward situation too. Which,
it's interesting to see like how they're kind of streamlining the gun system, weapon system, item system overall. Like, okay, don't worry about attachments, none of that stuff. We're just going to have weapons here. They're also floating a little bit off the ground so they can be seen a little bit easier, you know. And so it's like, okay, it's interesting to see how they're evolving some of the ideas. And even like I was playing for a while, then I realized, oh yeah, like inventory management isn't really a thing. And like Blackout, that was a big learning curve as they kept iterating the inventory system to try and make it snappier and snappier. Now it's just, you hold down on the D-pad, you can see your ammo, don't worry about it, let's go.
Yeah,
you know,
drop
it's just,
some for friends and stuff like that.
it's just taking out some more of that Arma history through PUBG, through Blackout. You know, it's like, let's go cleaner. Let's go cleaner.
Which is also why it's one of my favorites. You never get stuck in a menu. You kind of have your armor pullouts, which is a nice addition to it. I appreciate having those. And then otherwise, whenever someone explodes and weapons fly everywhere, you're basically just picking, you know, the best the rarest color ones out of it and tailoring it to whatever type of weapon that you want. And you can just kind of on the fly figure out, well, this gun is probably going to be better for me based on that.
Cyril, do you have any just mind-shattering thoughts on the map?
I like that the TV station from Modern Warfare is in it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And also, you know it's a TV station because the cool thing is they put the hovering text as you're dropping, which I was like, oh,
I adore
that's
that.
so
That is
smart.
so cool.
That's so fun.
fun.
Because then you can immediately say, and all of you can go. It is weird that they don't have like the Jump Master stuff from Apex.
To bundle everybody together.
Right, yeah. But other than that, it feels like they're learning from pretty much every other Battle Royale game out there.
Yeah, Activision is a learning computer, I think, is what we're learning from this. Yeah. The map overall, I mean, I'm excited about this. It's tricky to go from Blackout to this and just be like, because I'm such a stubborn, stupid gamer. You know, so in my heart, it's like, well, I don't know these weapons now, and I don't like the map as much.
Where's the basketball court?
Yeah, exactly. But like being so attached to that Blackout map, it's like, well, I kind of miss the water. I feel like everything is just so samey without like water dividing things up. You know?
There's definitely no water.
Well,
We
it's
found a frozen river.
Yeah, so
Okay.
maybe with the season it'll change, but even then it's not nearly as big of a factor as it was in Blackout. And it seems like I like the more rural environments in my battle royales too. So that's a little bit more fewer and farther between and stuff in this game, but it's still there. It's nice. Like, okay, I can find my drop if I want a more like a less city environment here. Yeah.
Did you guys run into like? I mean, I think we all had problems downloading it like after the stream when we went home.
Just because it's so huge.
No, I think it was like I think the servers were just getting like hammered. Like it was just taking forever to download. Did you guys have trouble once you got into matches like after?
No,
because like when we were playing for the stream, it was not free to play yet. It was still just for people who own the game. But so you played like I got into one match. It seemed fine. I don't know if you ran into anything.
It was fine, and I also wasn't running into as many texture problems as we were when we did the stream as well.
Because I was doing base PS4, and I guess playing last night, I didn't notice that.
And I think we're probably both on Xbox One X. I think.
No, I was doing PS4. Because,
Oh, okay, because that's where you own it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so maybe it's stabilizing a little bit more as it goes on. Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I think the leaks were saying 200 people, and now at launch it's 150 people in the map, which I'm still a little bit torn. I don't understand the advantage of having that many people. Like, why not make it 100? No one's complaining about that. Make the rounds shorter. Make your odds of getting to the end and having a huge, exciting match higher for everybody. I don't get the thrill.
It's bragging rights, I guess. Like that back of the box bullet, which
but
doesn't really exist anymore.
Less fun?
I can see that, but also the length of the matches that I played were right around 30 minutes, and I finished watching the ones that I wasn't in, and so I feel like maybe they're just scaling it based on what they want that number to be. I guess at this point, if it's not hurting from a technical standpoint, then I'm fine with the slightly larger player count.
It's going to be really interesting seeing how this game evolves if they make like a new version for next gen and try and just stabilize a little bit more, or if it's just, well, it's cross-platform and so you can still download the same thing and then it'll just be even more cross-platform, because that's the crazy thing here is, when we streamed it yesterday, we were able to play with the Game Informer folks. It was Dantac on a PC and then Alex, former Game Informer intern, actually playing on an Xbox. That's a fun new era we're in.
And I mean, if they're already throwing in PC players, that's essentially like a next-gen system, theoretically. But.
Yeah. I mean, this is like Call of Duty live service at this point, right? I mean, like this when the next Call of Duty comes out next year, like they're still going to be supporting this in a big way, probably, right?
Well, so I mean, according to Kotaku, the rumors are that like it's going to be Black Ops 5.
Okay. For
this year. So, is there a universe where they like add the blackout map to Warzone? I think the tech is, even though it's all technically the same engine, every studio's been pulling it and stretching it in a different direction, especially Infinity Ward with the latest entry. And so maybe that'd be more challenging than I could possibly understand, but that'd be a really interesting conclusion if that's what they end up doing.
I could see that. And this is already, they're kind of calling it season 2, it seems like. Because
that's for the multiplayer.
The first season, was Call of Duty was just the Modern Warfare multiplayer.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of tied to the second season. And so I could see it, just kind of still splitting things up as, hey, we're doing different seasons in different years, but this is going to be the free-to-play thing is going to carry on. And it sounds like they want to add different modes and stuff. They have the plunder mode, which we haven't talked about at all
I played it a little bit. It's all about just collecting cash, and you get cash for killing people. I'm not that crazy about it.
It's interesting to me, but the one match that I managed to play on it, they didn't put anyone else in my team, and so it's like you're not gonna do well. Like all of these matches, they need a solo queue that's just strictly solo games, because you're not gonna beat a 3-player squad in the money mode either. But it seems like it's an interesting kind of spin-off of the Battle Royale where you continue to respawn after you die, which is one thing that's different, and you also get to bring in your loadout from the beginning. So your loadout is customizing your loadouts is more important for that mode as well.
Yeah. So I'll call it 1 year from today, and people will cut this clip out and send it to you. What is the legacy of Call of Duty Warzone? Is it just going to be quietly one of those things that's successful? Is it going to be a juggernaut? Where's it at 1 year from now?
That's the one with the Gulag, right?
There you go.
I mean, do you think this is going to be a bonanza success for Activision, or just something around the level of an Apex Legends, maybe a little sub Apex Legends?
I would think more than Apex Legends.
I think the fact that it took forever to download is telling. Like the fact there's a free-to-play new Call of Duty game on consoles and PC, and it took forever to download yesterday because everyone was downloading.
Okay, 1 year from now, rank the battle royales then, Hotshot? Popularity wise.
Fortnite.
Still number one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warzone.
Okay.
PUBG. No, Apex and PUBG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. There it is.
And then that magic one, Realm Royale.
Yep. You got it. I like that game. And then Darwin Project.
And then Radical Heights.
And then whatever battle rifle is going to be in Halo 6 or whatever.
Perfect.
Halo Infinite.
I'm excited to keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to understand there and unpack, and I'm curious to see how it evolves more than anything else.
And
I
I'm waiting for the Escape from Tarkov mode.
they're going to add it.
Just rip it off.
I mean, they're 100% going to add that.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, it's going to take like 5 years. How long did it take them
I mean,
to
it'll take
release
them-
a free-to-play battle royale after the success of Fortnite?
Yeah.
They'll have to figure out how to do its own weird economy outside of matches for that. But yeah, it seems like the kind of thing where you customize a loadout and then you'll just lose that loadout if you die within
Although
one of
it's
those
like
matches.
the fact that they're streamlining inventory overall, I think makes it a little bit trickier. Like there's no
Yeah.
healing items and stuff like that. So like when it's all about Escape from Tarkov, just managing that item economy, and all the items are just guns and armor, maybe they could put some hot trinkets out there. Here's a
Or
bobblehead of Price. I don't know.
maybe the different guns and stuff that you're getting just all gets converted to cash, and then you use the cash to buy different loadout stuff outside of matches or something like that.
Look, we ain't
there's a way.
designers. What are
you
we
can
gonna
figure
do?
it out. They've already stolen like 3 great battle royale
Look at the
ideas for
thing
this.
that's good and make your thing
Yes.
good like that good thing.
If you enjoyed this clip from the MinnMax Show podcast, we think you'll like the full show too. You can find it by subscribing to MinnMax's YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast app. Any help spreading the word to keep our whole indie operation here running is appreciated. We're here for and because of the wonderful MinnMax community, so you're welcome to join.